over. And they're going to be dressed a little fancy because it's a fancy dinner at your home.
Oh.
What are you going to serve them
Those
for
are the
that
juice.
fancy dinner? Whoa! Wow! Everyone is going to go, oh my heavens, I can't run to the table fast enough. Where's my cloth napkin? It's going to be a bib. This is Rastelli. It is our #1 food brand. It is the brand that the 7-star restaurant, the only 7-star restaurant in the world, turns to for their fine cuts of meat. Now, Rastelli has won for the past 2 years most recommended brand. What is this? This is your prime rib roast in your choice of sizes, marbled, flavorful, delicious. That juiciness that you're seeing, super easy because it comes in its very own cooking bag. What do you need to share with us? Am I putting it on this plate, my friend?
Oh my
come on
gosh.
over here. I'm actually going to put this on your plate because this piece is going to Alberti.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Sir Steve. That's going to Alberti. That's going to be shown in 1 second.
That
but
is
here's
so
the
good.
story. These sold out in their debut in July. We were lucky enough to get our hands on some right now. 5 monthly payments on an easy pay, depending upon which size you choose. There is the 6-pounder, $33.20. And then you actually have the 4-pounder, $28.80. On 5 easy payments, you can choose a ship date, November 8th or December 6th. I have no auto delivery on this, and it's sold out, just as a reminder, in the July debut. As I mentioned, Rastelli, our largest, our highly recommended food brand, bringing us something that is Black Angus.
Wow.
That is reserve. That is a prime rib roast that I'm about to take a bite of.
Rach, I took a bite.
Did you take a bite already?
You have to bite this.
I'm
you have to go
yes.
into this. This is delicious.
Here we go. I'm going.
This is the best prime rib. I was just on vacation. I went to a fancy
Seasoned,
steakhouse in Palm
flavorful.
Springs.
Oh my God, go ahead.
I went to a fancy steakhouse in Palm Springs, and I ordered prime rib. And let me tell you something. The prime rib there, was like jerky
Pale
compared to this, right? Okay, Ray Rastelli, come on in, my friend, because
Come on in, Ray
this
Rastelli.
is the best prime rib.
I love it when he sharpens the knives. Come on in, Ray Rastelli. Sharpen the knives. Do something.
I will tell you, it's so good to be here, and you are right about that, Alberti. There's a reason why this prime rib is so special. So let me start on the meat block, because that's where I
Let's
always
do it.
like. I think it tells all the story. It's Black Angus. So it's Black Angus, but because it's our reserve collection, here's what that means. Only 4%, just 4% of all the cattle in this country actually qualify for this quality of beef. So I want you to see the marbling inside that prime rib. And of course, that's actually my farm. So my farm is actually where we're raising a lot of these Black Angus cattle. As you can see, the care that goes into this, the farmers who are my neighbors, who I work with, who I've known for 45 years, trusting my farmers is so important because you, as our guest, you have to trust your butcher. Right. And for 45 years, that's what's happened when folks come into the butcher shop and they spend that time with me. You know, they've become family and they trust me. I say all the time, my mom used to say, as when we were little guys, she'd say, I trust 3 people to my sons and daughters. The doctor, the dentist, and the butcher, because of course we're feeding you, right?
Yep.
So,
Smart lady.
Smart lady. I love that little bit of
back to this
gravy.
Look at that, yes. But it starts with this prime rib. But here's what we do with it, Rach. After we bring in just the finest, we then age it for 45 days. That's part of the reserve collection. We take all the fat off of it. We take it off the bone. And this is what you get. You get actually the most incredible, beautiful prime rib. Now, we've taken all the fat off it because we put it we actually then take it and we coat it with our garlic herb butter and our seasonings.
That's why it's seasoned so beautifully. Right, that taste.
It's like all the way through. It's like all the way through.
That's it. And it actually cooks inside there, Alberti's, because remember, we take this and we put this in an oven bag for you. So all you do is take it out of your freezer, you thaw it out.
This is so tender.
Split on top.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Ray, I'm so sorry. You could literally shred this. It's so tender. It's so tender. It's like falling apart. And Ray, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but it's just, I don't think we've ever presented a prime rib this succulent and tender and juicy. And you've done it all for us because it's in that bag, and it makes it even easier to cook.
It really does, and we know the holidays they're hectic anyway, and when you make an investment in a prime rib, and we've had lots of people who said, well, I love a prime rib, but I don't ever make it at home because it just never comes out the way it does at a great steakhouse. This is the reason why, because you don't start with the greatest piece of meat. Here you start with the very best, but now when you get it in our bag, and this is what it looks like.
And you cook it in the bag, right?
You cook it, exactly, right? You cook it in the bag, $375 for an hour and 20 minutes on the 4-pounder. Same $375 for the 6-pounder, but it takes about 2 hours. But when you reach 135 degrees, and I always use a thermometer with roast, drop this in the center of your roast. When it reaches 135, pull it out. But here's part of the magic, guys. This is what's so nice because it's simple, it's easy.
Right.
Here's what I like to do. I take the bag, and I take my bowl, and all I'm going to do, because I've captured all the great au jus inside the bag, just going to cut a little side of the bag, and look at this. This is the liquid gold.
That's the gravy.
It's actually coming out of that. Now, we give you the recipe that you just take basically 2 cups of cornstarch, you mix it in there, and you are going to have the most incredible au jus that looks just like this to put right over top of all of your prime rib slices.
Ray, I have to jump in for just a second because these are going quickly. Let me give you an update on what's happening. Now, remember, these sold out in their debut in July. So shipping in November, the 4-pound, last call. 6-pound, 300 to go around. Shipping in December, 4-pound, 400 to go around. A few more for the 6. I have no auto delivery. What we have is what we have. This is a sale price, and it is a hot pick. And, you've noticed that prices are going up and up and up and up and up and up all over the place. And the price of meat is going up. And you know what? And maybe you're
read
going,
it in the paper.
well, I've got a budget, but now the cut of meat that I have to buy is a little bit less because this is what my budget is. Here's the value, though. Our usual price is $151. We're at $154 for the 4-pound. We're usually $174. We're at $166 for the 6-pound. You've got them on 5 monthly payments, ships to you for free. I do want to let you know, right, that this is, as Ray was saying, the creme de la creme. We're talking about reserve. We're talking about Black Angus. We're talking about age, not 28 days, but 45 days. All of that leads to flavor. All of that leads to taste. All of that leads to, again, we say it with seafood, we say it with our meats. You want to know where it comes from. You want to know what you're starting with because that's where the flavor comes from. And this is so, as Alberti said, he put it so beautifully, it is succulent. It is flavorful. It is tender. It is seasoned all the way through. You need to know how to do nothing.
Yeah, there isn't a tough part on this.
Not at all.
And look at the shop, right? I mean, like here's the thing.
Here's your shop.
This is what we love about Ray, Rastelli, and Rastelli Meats is that he's a real butcher.
Right.
Right? Like, this is a real butcher shop. Like,
45 years, guys. And you know what? I get my best ideas from our guests that walk through. They become family. And for 45 years, I get the honor of feeding people's families, and that's so important to us. So I wanted to make sure for the holidays that we give you the very, very best. We give it to you in a cooking package that makes it simple. It takes all the thinking out of it for you. You don't have to worry about if you're going to overcook or undercook. Is it going to be dry? It won't be. You cook it in the bag, a simple 3-inch slit on top, in your oven at 375, and you will have the prime rib that you're used to getting at a great steakhouse at a fraction of the price. Now, I will tell you, we only do this, Alberti and Rachel, for the holidays because this is an awful, awful time spending project for our butchers. But I will tell you that our butchers love doing this for one reason, because everyone comes back in after the holidays and raves about the product. And this is what it should look like. When you get a prime rib at home, you want it to be just like this. And this is the big one. This is the 6-pounder. This is easily going to feed 10 to 12 people. Very, very easily. And look at how beautiful these slices are.
6-pounder feeding 10 to 12 people. Got to share with you that the November ship date, the 4-pound and the 6-pound, last call. So on the phone, placing your order, M76063. I know that when we talked to Jeffrey Zakarian the other day, Alberti, I feel like you were with me when he said, if I'm going to visit somebody, I'm going to send that bottle of wine first. Maybe you're headed to family out of town. Send them this before you arrive. As you know, the holiday meal is coming up. Send this. you know, or if there's a family member that you can't be around and you're like, you know what, I would have been with you and taken you out to eat, send them this. Bill to, ship to, easy. 5 easy payments of $28.80 for the 4-pound, $33.20 for the 6-pound. Now, Ray, you said 10 to 12 people for the 6-pound feeding. How many am I feeding for the 4-pound?
You're going to easily feed 6 to 8.
I love it.
Very easily, because it is completely trimmed, Rachel.
Right.
And when you cook it in that bag, you get very minimal shrink, and you keep that beautiful au jus. And you had mentioned a gift. Think about the folks around the holidays who you just don't know what to get. It comes in this beautiful black box, right?
I love that.
And this black box, it shows up with our promise, with the guarantee, with all the instructions as well on how to cook
my
this.
gosh,
So
look at that.
it's going to look, oh my goodness, that's because of that Black Angus. Alberti, I hear you doing the oohs and ahs.
Yes.
I can't help it.
Right? That flavor that you're seeing coming out of that is because it's so heavily marbled. When you go to a great steakhouse, that's what you should expect.
Yeah.
And now we've taken the simple process of cooking and made it really simple.
You'll never get juicier meat than in a prime rib.
And
you will never, ever get it anywhere.
It's super flavorful. And Ray, will you show us again, remind us how easy it is to cook? Because in this easy cooking bag, that's one of the great things. So in the bag, what do I do?
So here's how it is. It's going to come to you just like this in the vacuum package.
Yep.
All you're going to do is take it out of your freezer and you're going to thaw it out. Now it's going to take a full day to thaw out. So take it, thaw it out, take a 3-inch slit right in top, and just like you did there, Rich, stick it right in the oven. 375 on the 4-pounder for an hour and 40 minutes or so. On the 6-pounder, about 2 hours. But always use the thermometer. I will tell you that this will be your best friend. Stick this right in the center at about an hour and 30. If you're 135 degrees, pull it out of the oven, because for the next 10 minutes, it will continue to cook. Your 135 will turn to 145, and you will have that perfect prime rib that you're used to getting in a great steakhouse.
It is perfect.
Oh,
it is perfect.
It's spectacular.
It is so easy.
Perfect.
Ray Rastelli, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. And everybody continue to place your order, because this is a hot pick and one that's sold out. 1,300 of these have just been spoken for. Then your 4-pound option, December only, 300 remain. 6-pound, 100 for November, 600 for December. And reminding you that the 7-star restaurant in the world, the only one that there is, Ray Rastelli supplies the meats. So when you're looking for quality, this is where you come. Ray Rastelli, thank you so much.
Thanks,
I so appreciate it. And we're going to see you a little bit later. But remember, we're not 151 today. We're at 144. We're not 174. We're 166. We're actually
with free
giving
shipping
you
and
sale
handling
prices and free shipping and handling on things that everybody else, the price is going up and up and up and up and up. M76063 is your item number. Go ahead and place your order. And you know what?